Good evening, YouTube. This is Kayleen Ration coming at you with my regular Sunday night dinner. Today we're going back in time. Late 90s, 2000, something like that. US MRE, menu 23. Chicken with Cavatelli. There's an angry blacksmith in the house. I got this off of foreignmre.com, so there is their logo. This is packed by AmeriQual, so it should have an inner bag. And it does feel like it has an inner wrap because I'm not feeling anything just running around loose. Fordman and a new face, Pete. Thanks for dropping in. And this thing was sealed rather crooked. As you can tell, this is the bottom. They sealed it rather crooked down here, so but the peelable seal is right up here. And at this time they just had the text just running down the whole bag, just non-stop. There is Mike in the house and Curious Pete. Oops, sorry about that, bumped my mouth. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this thing. I have water boiling on the stove. This one was almost a fail, but I got into it. Now let's see what we got inside. Nope, actually there is no inner bag. They just packed it pretty tight. See, I ended up ripping a hole right there. Well, that'll be our garbage bag. But anyway, I'm going to show you what we got. Okay, here we go. This is probably a 94. This cannot be 2014 because the bag style would indicate that it would be a totally different menu. And menu 23 is different now than it was back then. This is pineapple pound cake, but a logo I have never seen before. See if it'll focus on there. Well, I almost had it. So this is World Bakers. And the pound cake feels slightly smaller and flatter and all busted up. So anyway, we'll take a look at that. This is Sterling, and this is their old logo here. And this is a wheat snack bread. And this feels like that it was almost vacuum sealed in there, so we'll see how well that held up. FRH, flameless ration heater. Not be using that because these older heaters may not always be up to snuff even if you throw salt in it. So I'm going to boil the entree just to make sure that it is fully heated. And here we have cheese spread, but the text goes this way instead of across this way. And they did the same with the nutrition info on the back. So I'm a bit concerned about this cheese spread, but I will open it up, take a look at it. Got the spoon and the older packaging, not what I would call the crunchy plastic. And we have grape beverage base powder. Yep, 12 ounces of water, so I got a bottle that actually holds a little over 13 ounces. Here is the accessory kit. Again, this has a 4 here for the date code. There is Chris in the house. And it has the red taster's choice, so that one may be kind of sketchy. And it also has Tabasco. And the fig bar, which is basically fig Newtons. As you can see, there are 2 of them here. And here is the main itself. This might be before Ameriqual started their inner wrapping. Again, there's the date code there. It's a breaded chicken breast patty. They spell patty with an I-E instead of a Y. With rib meat in tomato sauce with pasta. So the Cavatelli is the pasta, or the style of pasta. Pardon any noise you might hear from outside. I have my slider open. So it's packed like this. But this pouch looks in pretty good shape to me. I'm not picking up any D-lam. See, the tear notches go across here. There's one here and one about a little over an inch above it. And whereas the newer pouches, the tear notch goes along the side like that. So that will go into the hot water. Now, take a look at the accessory pack. See what's in here. Red pack taster's choice. It doesn't, I shake it, I can't hear it moving. Feels kind of sketchy. Creamer, non-dairy. It actually feels pretty decent. Domino sugar, no worries about that. A moist towelette. Green matches. I don't know what the different tip colors mean, if anything at all. Here is a Tabasco. And as you can see, the volume of it has just gone down to maybe about a third of the original. Actually, I got an idea. I'm going to take my book light and I'll put it under the Tabasco so you can see how low it's gotten. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. And then the peppermint gum. Packet of salt and a rear roll. So I am going to put aside the items that I'm not going to use. But just for the heck of it, I will open up the Taster's Choice. No, that is nasty. That is absolutely nasty. I am not drinking that. It does not deserve to go in my foreign MRE mug. That's going straight into the trash. Here's where they put the tear notch on the grape drink. This looks just like the grape drink that Sean opened up, but his came out of a brown bag, I believe. And just like that one, it turned purple. Yeah, it does. But it does smell like an artificial grape drink. Now, since the coffee had gone south, I will come up with a backup plan. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and put this in the pot to boil, and I will come up with a substitute hot drink. I decided to grab one of these, this Max Espresso that I got from Rachel, Sunshine Side of Life 77. This is a 3-in-1 coffee. So it has the sugar and the creamer already in it. I had got 3 of those, so I decided to pull one of those. So this is what it looks like. I'll be back with my kettle to mix that up. Oh, speaking of different meats, I haven't had rabbit in a long time. My step-grandpa on my mom's side used to hunt rabbits and squirrels. And sometimes when we would go over to their house, we would have rabbit or squirrel. There, that takes care of coffee plan B. Gonna go ahead and start opening up some of these other things. This is the wheat snack bread. I'm expecting it to look a little bit different than the snack bread that we're used to. Well, that was a fail. It has a weird smell. Yep, I was right. This is... It looked like a cross-section of those, you know, what they used to call hot cross buns back in the day. Be like a... Say if you made a 4-leaf clover bun. This looks like you took a cross-section of it and poked holes. It does smell kind of weird. There's DeCarlos in the house. Thanks for dropping in. I'm going to open up this pound cake. And this is a packer I had not seen before until today. The World Bakers. Well, look at that hot mess. It looked like it's been tossed around by the U.S. Postal Service by itself. So I'm going to dump it out into here. And some of it just stuck to the inside of the pouch. Get rid of that and the oxygen absorber. I'm just getting this out of here so that I'm not having the Cavatelli land in there on top of that cake mess. Or I'll just literally lift a tray so you can get a close-up of how it looks. Now I'm going to open up the fig bars. Well, they're dark. They are dark. No oxygen absorber in there. Yeah, it does look like a chocolate covered something. Here are the chocolate biscuits out of that customs rated French RCIR. I'll just flip it. You can see the difference, or the fig bar is almost as dark as this. Normally the fig Newtons are almost this color instead of this color. I opened up that RCIR and I had a few nibbles of the bars. I couldn't resist. I had to nibble on them bars. Now there is Sue Nelson in the house. Thanks for dropping in. What you're looking at, I'll show the bag. This is a 94 US MRE chicken with Cavatelli, and that's a pasta dish. The taster's choice had gone south, so I substituted another coffee. And this is the wheat snack bread. A pineapple pound cake. I had to get that pouch out to remember what it was. Actually keep that out, so. I picked up a piece of the pineapple pound cake that broke off. I just set that right on top. It's very crumbly. And this is a grape drink that is exactly like the one that the Sean opened up during the Ration Museum stream, except for his came out of a brown bag MRE. So I am pretty certain that this one will be fine. It smelled just fine. But that red packet taster's choice, no way. If this cheese spread is funky, it's going straight to the trash. So I'm gonna cut it open. It smells weird. That doesn't look like cheese, does it? That looks like peanut butter. So I got a shadow from my phone mount, but says cheese spread. But it comes out looking like peanut butter. No, I'm not eating that. That's going straight into the trash. I do have that box of goodies that Rachel sent me. So if some other things go south, plus I have my big Minotaur box that's chock full of stuff. In fact, I can't get any more in there, so I'm using the box that I got from Rachel. I just grabbed a package of crackers. So if the bread is nasty, I'm opening up these crackers. Yeah, it's no good. I'm going to go ahead and break off one of these lobes. See what it looks like on the inside. It looks the color of that old canned bread from the 50s. Last year I opened up, or was it 19 maybe, I opened up a couple of cans from Ration cans or MCI cans that I bought off of Minotaur Trading Company when Black Dog Bob had a bunch of those there. And one of them was bread. That bread looked almost this color. Of course, that was not edible. But I wanted to open it up just to show what it looks like. This smells really, really weird. It almost has a sour smell to it. I'm going to take just a very minute nibble. Just that much. This thing doesn't like to focus. That may be too small to get that numbness, but it does taste kind of weird. Maybe I'll nibble this bigger piece. Oh, there's foreignmre.com, where this MRE came from. So Art and Ornina in the house. Yeah, that bread has had it. It just, I'm getting just a slight hint of a pasty feeling in my mouth. Oh, if you mean Mila, she's laying on my bed sleeping like a lazy cat. I'll show you the bag. There's Chicago in the house. The bread, that's no good. I'm not going to be eating any more of this. That's not going to work. Oh, no hiss off of those crackers. Oh well. I know these will be better tasting than that bread. But they're crumbly, but that's okay. At least they'll be edible. Now this is a pineapple pound cake. I'm going to take a little bit of it, just that much. I can taste the pineapple, but it almost tastes like there's something else in there that usually is not in a cake. I'm not sure what that is, but it's very crumbly. Yeah, I think it looks like it got kicked around by postal workers by itself. There is Ruby in the house. Thanks for dropping in. And Dub C. You must have slipped in through the screen door. But it's dry. It's crumbly as heck. I need some kind of a sauce to pour over it. This is a 94. I've seen a 4 at the beginning of all the date codes. Yeah, that was a date code off the FRH. Here's a date code off of the pound cake. So definitely 94. And this is the state of the Tabasco. It's like only a third of its original volume. Well, it's more like pineapple crumble. Because I pick up this big piece. If I handle it too much, it's just going to fall apart. I think the Cavatelli's boiled long enough. I'm going to go get it. And we'll see how that looks. I'll be right back. Oh, it's 2004, not 94? Yeah, I probably said 2004 earlier, but I'm just drawing the pouch off, so it'll be easier to handle. This is whoa! Almost had a blowout. Whoa, check this out. Holy crap. This thing almost had a blowout. This started to separate right here. Oh, it even split right here. Bugger. I can literally just peel this apart without having to use a tear notch. It even split here. I mean, that is wicked. That is absolutely wicked. So far it hasn't leaked from this layer. But it was probably about to over here. Plan B. I just grabbed a pack of tuna. I was really looking forward to trying this Cavatelli because Cavatelli was a dish that we used to get at my school back in the 80s. I'm going to put this thing right back in this box. And it's going to go in the trash that way. I hate wasting food. But I got an idea. I'm going to flavor this tuna up with some of this. I've been getting these Chinese pickled vegetables in some of the packages I've been getting from Art and Nina. And I happen to have 3 of this particular one. So I thought I would just have a little fun with it. Oh, this one's not bad. Yeah, do that. Go to foreignmre.com. See what all is available on their site. I got cases as well as individuals of U.S. MREs, meal cold weather, first strike rations. They have more vintage rations like this one. And they have a few Russian rations. They got some Norwegian Arctic field rations. They've got some more of the DAF rations from Chile. And I don't know if they have anything else as far as ration goes, but there's Marilyn Skull in the house. Thanks for dropping in. Sorry the Cavatelli went south. The package literally split apart. I'm surprised the inner plastic layer had not popped during the boiling process. I mean, the pouch looked fine before I took it into the kitchen to put it in the pot, but I'm afraid it would have done the same thing if I would have used a flameless ration heater. So I decided I'm not going to be bothered with that. You know, not going to take any chances. Especially since I'm going camping next weekend, so I will not be on here next Sunday. I don't know what time I'll be getting back from camp. Plus, when I do get back, I'm usually just wanting to put my stuff down. You know. I mean, take a shower, because I usually take a shower when I get back from camp. I'll be going with other Iowa YouTubers, and maybe a few others might show up. This will be the second Country Prepper Memorial Camp, and we have also been raising a little money, and we'll still do that this next weekend for the family of Jeremiah Jewell, who was known as Country Prepper. He used to make Kydex sheaths and holsters for knives, and he made some multi-tool holsters, and he made some tin holsters with a sleeve for a ferro rod. But now one of our other Iowa brothers bought all of his Kydex equipment and his stock of Kydex sheets to try to do it himself. And he's been experimenting with a few to get the feel for how to do it. And I will be taking my bag full of strings of ranger beads. I'm going to take a nibble of one of these pieces of cracker. Oh, the cracker itself tastes fine. I'm not getting anything funky from it. It just tastes like a saltless MRE cracker. Thanks for dropping in, Marilyn. And in the Puppy Breath won one of Dub C's giveaways. Oh, there you go. The Carlos Perry is referring to Maryland's site AnnandEllen.com, where you can get the famous gooey butter cakes that have been featured on the Food Network. And I got one of those cakes for my birthday, but it almost, I almost didn't get it because some nuthead somehow got it into a vacant apartment. And it was one of our a maintenance guy who saw it in there, saw it had my name on it, and brought it to me. I put some of that tuna and that pickled vegetable on a cracker. Yep, Old Smoky has featured it, and I've shown the espresso chip on here, so I've had that one twice now because Aletha bought one for me. Then I ended up buying another one for my birthday, along with 2 bags of coffee. And I finished off that coffee last week, the second bag. So now I'm drinking my Cafe Bustelo. Ooh, I like this one. I like this Maxpresso that Rachel sent. That's pretty good. Thanks for dropping in, Angry Blacksmith. I'll see you next month. So I will have a Norwegian Arctic field ration up for review in 2 weeks. Yeah, that's a problem. And speaking of cooking, I'm taking my mini cast iron skillet with me. I found that in a thrift store last year. Actually, I think I found it before the shutdown started. I got into a local thrift store. I saw it in there. I'm getting it. So I've done a couple of things with it. I did a grilled cheese in it once, and I did that cheese pizza MRE that I got from allmres.com. I toasted the pizza in that one, as well as the Italian breadsticks. Of course, because that's a small pan, I had to do that just one at a time. But yeah, I'm going to take that little pan with me. Got to introduce it to some fire. The place where I will be going, and yes, I will have a driver. I'm not going by myself. I will have a driver. I'm going with another YouTuber. But the place where we're going, there is a bench that has his name on it, Jeremiah Jewell, and it's facing the pond. And it's where he liked to camp. And Tack and Brenda of AOK Foraging and Adventures built a shelter out there. So they have camp there. And I took my hammock for the first time. And Robin, Redbird 491, she used a hammock for the first time. So that was, of course, it was extremely windy that day we got there. So we had some issues, but anyway, it was still a great time. And Jeremiah's wife and their young daughter and their son was there. Plus one of their friends was there who actually built the bench. And then Brenda, Tack's wife, carved the nameplate on it. So that was pretty cool. So we're doing it again to try to just help out the family because she's got to raise the daughter alone. The son is old enough, he's an adult. He's out on his own. But yeah, that's what I'll be doing next weekend. Let's check out this darkened fig bar. It looks absolutely black. And it feels extremely smooth and almost glassy. I'm going to take a very, very slight nibble of this. The fig part itself is fine, but this outer part, it's really, really strange. It does not taste like what you would expect a fig Newton to be. And then, of course, this is the the French chocolate biscuits. See how it's darker than this, and it should be lighter. It should be the color of that funky wheat snack bread on the outside. It's not giving me that weird pasty feeling in my mouth, but the taste of the crust around the fig part is just weird. Yeah, I mean, I opened up a B unit. The crackers in there tasted 200 times better than this. I mean, these are fine. These have no funky taste at all. But those crackers out of that can and that hot cocoa mix, that was awesome. I really enjoyed drinking that. There is DIY Dark Matter. Nope, not 20 years old. This is 2004. I could not eat the chicken Cavatelli because, well, I'll show you what happened after I took this. Happened. Yeah. This thing literally peeled apart. So, however this got sealed, this is one of those pouches that's not a literal bag type. Let's see. See, this is, of course, this is not an American one, but like this, where it's thick. It's a uniform shape. It's not like a fat part and then a flat part put on top. But yeah, when pouches are like this, they tend to hold up a whole lot better. But that one, at least I got to see what it looks like. It looks nothing like the Cavatelli that I used to eat in school back in the 80s. The bread that was in here looked like what this should have looked like as far as color goes. But that bread, it had gone south. It started to go rancid. And the fig filling inside here is fine, but the outer crust, it does not taste like what a fig Newton should taste like. And this is pineapple pound cake. It's extremely dry, extremely crumbly. It does not taste like a cake at all. So, it may have been stored well, but something happened before, somewhere along the line where it just started to go south. So that's why I just went for that box that Rachel gave me, and I just grabbed the pack of tuna, and I went to my fridge and got a packet of that Chinese pickled vegetable. Oh, I grabbed the pack of tuna. I decided not to go for a completely different ration. I could have, but I grabbed that pack of albacore tuna out of that box that you gave me. I grabbed the crackers. These crackers came out of that box. And the coffee is at Maxpresso. The other 2 packets of that I have in my camping food bag. And I just mixed the tuna with pickled vegetable. Now this is a 3-in-1 coffee. It has a sugar and creamer. It's not extremely sweet like the Nescafe 3-in-1s. Those are pretty sweet, but this one is not quite so sweet. But if I wanted to, I could have thrown this sugar in there, but I'm not. Well, this creamer has a 3 for the first digit in the date code. So this creamer packet was done in 2003. But this feels absolutely fine. And this packet looks like it's in pretty good shape. The Taster's Choice that was in here, the red packet, that was toast. That was all funked up. But still got the usual rear roll and the salt. And this is how the wet wipe is packed. It's more of a rectangular packet instead of the squares. And the matches are a green. As much as I hate to waste food, I'm not going to eat any more of this cake, and I'm not going to eat any more of this fig bar. But I'll nibble on other stuff. Oh, you mean probably a cookie dough? Well, my cat is down here. I'm going to take you off the mount. Mila. Are you saying hi to everybody? She'll just walk back and forth and meow. Sometimes. Yep. She's 17 and a half years old. Well, actually, putting a tent up in your living room, if the size allow for, if the tent size and the living room size will match, You know, if you lose your heat in the winter and it's really cold, you use that tent as a heat trap, so your body heat is not going all over the place. It's being trapped somewhat inside that tent. It's OS 10, Rachel. It's just the letters O, S, and then 10. And that's what you use for a discount code. So try that. It should work. I keep forgetting to use discount codes when I'm dropping my orders. I don't know. I just keep forgetting to do it. First Sunday in, maybe that code got taken down, but in 2 weeks, salmon with pasta, Norwegian Arctic field ration, I will be getting into this. The other fish one, that cod curry that I had a few months ago, that was pretty awesome. So I'm really looking forward to this. That could be. I wish I knew more about those, whose code is, spelled in what way, I don't know. Because I just don't always remember to use them. I just drop the order and, I just go on about my business. Oh, that was the summer before last, because last summer, actually in the spring, we were told to clear our decks because they're going to be repaired. But it took a long time to get the repairs done. But it was not until last fall that some of the work got done. And then I had a guy come and sink a couple more long screws in to tighten up a couple of loose deck boards. But they're supposed to be putting new sliders on on all of the apartments that have decks or patios, depending on which floor. So I haven't been putting anything out much. Plus, I do want to get some more potting soil. I got 2 bags, but I realize they're not going to be big enough. I could use 2 of them to fill one of my bigger planters, but I need some more because I want to try to grow some plants. But, I do have some fat wood in my pack. So, plus we'll be able to find plenty of fat wood around the property where we'll be camping. Plus I keep birch bark in there. But now that it's warming up, of course, I want to find out when they're going to be doing the sliders, or if they're not going to be doing it on those few apartments that are still occupied. There are only 3 people living on my floor, me and 2 other people. There's like 2 down on the first floor, and I think the whole 3rd floor is empty. Because last year, a lot of people got booted out because there were crimes committed, and I'll just leave it at that. Well, it should still work. It'll light up. Oh, that's okay. Ruby, it was nice of you to hang out. Yep, I keep dryer lint as well, but I haven't been collecting it because we haven't had a laundry room in this building for over a year because they gutted it and turned it into a workroom. And I can't collect dryer lint from the laundromats because the lint traps are not accessible. But I do have a fair amount of dryer lint, and I made fire starters out of it by dipping wads of it in wax. And I've also dipped jute twine and sisal rope in wax to make fire starters. And I've been collecting more birch bark because there's a birch tree. There are 2 birch trees in front of this building, and one is right in front of my apartment. So if I see a piece of birch bark that drops, I grab it. So I have a pretty good stash of it here. I'll probably go ahead and knock this off for tonight. Yeah, I wish this one would have been better. Yeah, some have dropped off, People drop off YouTube for various reasons. Either they get burned out or life happens and they have to make some drastic changes. They got schedule changes where they don't get time to do it anymore. Or just, they have some kind of a failure that they have no control over. But anyway, I do want to thank you all for coming out and hanging out. Wish it would have been a better meal, but you know how things are when these when you get these older rations. But nevertheless, it was still cool to look at it to see what it would have looked like. Hopefully next time I get a Cavatelli, it'll be in a lot better shape. So, and again, thanks to Foreign MRE for dropping that super chat. That's greatly appreciated. So, again, remember, next Sunday I will not be on because I will be coming back from camp. I don't know when. That's up to my driver. But once I do get ready to just chill out, I'll just get into watching videos, or I'll start working on mine. That'll be editing. I have to do it on my phones because my computer is toast, and I don't have a way to transfer from my phone to my Kindle. Plus, I don't have an editor on there either, so I'll just do it on my phone and just leave it at that. But again, see you all next month. After all, this next Sunday is the last Sunday of March, so I'll see you all in April. Thanks for watching, and catch you on the flip side.